Is the Casey Jones Museum. Casey Jones was a famous railroad engineer that risked his life to save some folks in a train collision, and the museum's closed right now, so we're just gonna walk around and just see what's here. We are in luck. We get to go inside. I have hung around long enough for it to open, so let's go inside the Casey Jones Museum and learn a little bit about Casey Jones, and also we'll see where he's buried. Here is a painting of the wreck. Here's a very quick story of what happened and why Casey Jones became a legend. He was engineering a passenger train and was in Mississippi, Vaughan, Mississippi, I believe, 1900. Apparently, they did not give the proper warning. There was a train on the track stalled ahead. The caboose would have been right in front of Casey's engine, and Casey saw it. Casey locked down the brake. He told his fireman to jump from the train, and Casey stayed on the train holding his brake down until the crash, and he ran into the back of the other train. Of course, Casey was killed, but he was the only one killed. The fireman jumped, conductors lived. You can imagine while being on this train what happened. Casey roaring down the track, looking through the window right here and seeing the train stalled. Not enough time to do anything. Casey held down on the brake, and he told his fireman to jump because he saw what was going to happen, inevitable. He was going to run into the back of the train. He held the brake down until contact with the caboose of the train ahead. Casey was immediately killed, but everyone else on the train was saved. And used as an engineer. This watch was in his pocket at the time of his crash and death in April 3rd, 1900. The railroad authorities took the watch to Casey's widow after his death. It was not damaged in the wreck. That day in 1900 near Vaughan, Mississippi, he could have jumped free. Instead, careening forward an oncoming freight train, he held the brake to the last and died. A legend is born. This is the house where John Luther Jones, also known as Casey, was living at the time of his death at the throttle of his engine, old 382, at Vaughan, Mississippi, on April the 3rd, 1900. On the day that he died. But his house is not at its original location. Here's a picture in 1980 of the house being moved. This would have been Casey Jones' children's bedroom. Apparently they like playing with trains. The photograph of Casey Jones' children: John Lloyd Jones, Helen Jones, and Charles Brady Jones. John Luther Jones, born in 1864 in Missouri, spent his youth in Casey, Kentucky, whence the nickname Casey. An engineer on the Illinois Central Railroad, he was killed in a wreck at Vaughan, Mississippi on April 29, 1900. He's buried here. The folk song, originally sung by Wallace Sanders, Negro engine wiper in the roundhouse here, has preserved his memory. John Luther Jones, 1864 to 1900. To the memory of the locomotive engineer whose name as Casey Jones became part of folklore and American language. for I am going to run her till she leaves the rail or make it on time with a southbound mail. This memorial erected 1947 to perpetuate the legend of American railroading and the man whose name became the symbol of daring and romance, Casey Jones. Well, we will end the video here of the story of Casey Jones. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give us a big old thumbs up. Be sure to share this video with your family and friends. But until next time, y'all have a good day.